What is going on, X community? Exostomp here, and joining me for the power rankings for week 5 is going to be Galaxy Bomb.
Hello, everyone.
And the question of the day is actually going to be, who's your favorite champion? So mine, it's a tie between two of them, but I think Cynthia is definitely up there at one of the best and one of the, I guess, the hardest champions to beat. Who's yours?
I mean, mine's gotta be my boy Steven. He gives you Beldum, like, you gotta love him, right?
Beldum? Okay. Beldum is great.
But I think his team could use some work, I mean, obviously, but I think his personality is probably the best out of all the champions.
That's true, yeah. But, without further ado, let's get into it. So, they're not first, but they're in 10th. I don't know why it says first. It's gonna be Eternal Darkness. Why don't you talk about them while I fix this?
I'm so sad. So Eternal Darkness had a super close game against the Psychic team. Now Dark obviously has a bit of an advantage against Psychic, but they were so close. But unfortunately, they got outsped in the end and were basically unable to finish off the game and lost with one Pokemon on the Psychic team side. So another loss for Eternal Darkness, which I really wanted to see them win. I wanted to see them clean up and just take the win, but unfortunately they're sitting last right now, and I'm very sad.
Yeah, I think a few plays, or a singular play, if I had to look at where something went wrong, was the Drapion not clicking a poison move versus the Tapu Lele. I think if you press the poison move, and you did get a crit maybe, because you were running the scope lens, or whichever one gives you crits, you might have been able to get crit
On the Night Slash.
Yeah. You would have been able to kill that Lele and been able to get a 2-0 from there, but sadly you guys did go for the crit dark move, which even with a crit wouldn't have killed, because it wasn't super effective.
Yeah,
but
they did read a lot of the superpowers with Sableye correctly, so that was pretty good on them.
Yeah, the best move that Deoxys had was superpower, so like that was a really good play to switch into Sableye there. For 9th place, it is going to be Goomy. So, the Goomy squad here, they were versing us this week. Again, as always, I will probably leave a link in the description and probably something above me so you guys can click on it. But, yeah, the game that we had was really interesting. They did bring a few cool techs, being Rock Slide Dracozolt, and they were able to hit twice, which I was very confused about, but they did it, so props to them.
There was some risky plays there, but it worked out, at least in the moment.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, if they did get a crit on us at the end, they may have been able to take out a few more Mons and win, but still...
I do think they probably should have brought at least a Choice Scarf on either Zygarde or Dragapult, but they didn't run it on either, which allowed us to speed past some of them in the later parts. But it was definitely one of those games where you have to stay on your toes, because it could go either way in the moment. Because I mean, they had some pretty scary threats there. I was scared about that Dracozolt because it just kept hitting. I was like, why?
If they did bring Sucker Punch as well, we could have lost our Dragonite.
That is true.
But yeah, the game was really cool. You guys should check it out. And yeah, okay. For 8th, it's going to be Belligerent Brawlers. So their game this week was up against Normal, and they lost. I think they just didn't have an answer to Indeedee, which I don't know why they wouldn't bring Pangoro to counter the Psychic, or like Cobalion, so that it sort of sort of resist, but they didn't bring anything.
It was really interesting because like the first half of the fight, it was going very smoothly in their favor. I mean, there were some trades here and there, but they were doing well as a fighting team should do against normal. And then Indeedee came out with a choice scarf and psychic, and murdered everything. I was very concerned.
Yeah, I think they should have brought Pangoro or Cobalion, or I don't know, Infernate with the sash, something to counter that Indeedee, and they just didn't have it. They brought Metacham, which is fine. Komao, Hawlucha, Infernate, Crow, and Chestnut, yeah. Which means it didn't have an answer to Indeedee after, like, whatever had a sash dies. And I think Throw had a sash, but it didn't matter because it couldn't kill Indeedee in one hit. So, yeah. I think the game could have went a little bit smoother if they did bring, like, Pangoro just to answer that Indeedee. But sadly, they did not win this match. And for 7th place, we have the Water Team. So 2-3-3 right now. They did win their match, but they didn't win it by much. It was a 2-0, still pretty good. Orange did take over for this team. Now there's 2 completely new coaches, which is funny. It was DJ and Pelly, and then it keeps changing. But right now, BTHD and Orange, they worked pretty well. They did get a win here. There was something wrong at the moment with the dock. We didn't change the free agencies, and they didn't know that Azumarill was on their team at the time, but they didn't run Sap Sipper, so it didn't matter in a sense. I guess it would have helped them, so it was our fault, but yeah, still, they did really well this match. They were able to get a few kills with Swampert and Azumarill as well.
Azumarill cleaned up at the end with that Aqua Jet. I mean, that was a really good bring.
Yeah. Azumarill was a really good mon to bring this match. But for 6th, we have the Psychic team. So, really crazy that they almost actually lost. It makes sense that they would have lost to a Dark team, but they did play their Lele very well, and I believe it was Scarf. So once they were able to set up with Moonblast and able to knock everything out, it was sort of GG from there. Lele is now on the kill leaderboard, which we'll talk about later, but yeah, I think it got 5 kills this match.
Yeah, it got 5 kills, which is insane. It almost aced the entire Dark team, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a Ferry against Dark. If you don't have a great answer to it, you just kind of get run over.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, like I said, if they brought Drapion with Poison Jab for the Dark team, they could have killed Lele, but nonetheless, no one's perfect, so it's fine. For the 5th place spot, we now have the Steel team. So the Steel team has been rising up and up. They've been winning a decent amount of their matches now, and they've been winning a lot with Metagross. I've been seeing Metagross doing a lot of the sweeping for them and a lot of the work for them, and Metagross itself is such a good mon. So
I love Metagross. It's such a great typing, like a really cool, interesting type combination. Great stats, good moves too. I mean, you just see it in this matchup. Just take away the competition, just piece by piece. So I'm really glad that they're bringing it and they're doing a lot of work with it, because it really shows off its potential.
Yeah, they did bring it versus Ferry, which makes sense. And the thing is, there is no ground Ferry or fire Ferry, I don't believe yet. So yeah, there wasn't much.
Oh, Delphox the Psychic. Never mind.
Yep. There was not really many answers that Ferry could bring for Metagross, and that was they brought a choice band to Metagross, so there's really not many switch-ins for the Ferry team.
Yep.
For the 4th spot, we have us. So why don't you talk about us for a little bit?
I think we are consistently inconsistent. A little. No, sorry. But in this matchup, we had a nice victory against Dragon. So we are solidly in 4th, which means we better win the next match because we could. We're against the Psychic team, so
Oh boy.
Psychic's in 6th right now, which means that if they get like a really good victory on us, we might get knocked out down a peg or two. So definitely a moment of truth.
Yeah. One thing to say is that Dragonite did do another 4-mon sweep, and it
Dragonite
shot up.
Shredded. With Dragon Dance and outspeeding everything, it just... Dragonite's a menace. I didn't realize how insane multiscale is, but the fact that it can tank an Outrage from a +1 Zygarde... Oof. Without any, like... I don't think it had any defense investment either in that match.
Nope.
Yeah. So, that's multiscale for you.
Yeah. Dragonite is insane, and the fact that it hasn't died yet, hopefully it doesn't die at all, so we can keep that record.
Thank you, boy.
Yep. But yeah, if you guys want to watch more and see what happened in that match, of course, check out the link. But 3rd place, we have DP Laurentis, the electric team. So we did rate them low at the beginning, mainly because they had a lot of standard, just only electric types. But they do have Zeraora, which is the biggest key here.
But
what is
Zeraora finally died. Like, well, it's died before, but they actually lost this match. Oh,
yeah,
they did against Water, which is interesting. But turns out a lot of priority moves can take down Zeraora, which is nice to know.
Yeah.
The future.
Yeah, Zeraora has 15 kills, guys. Like, if anyone ever tells me, hey, Zeraora shouldn't be the kill leader or shouldn't be on the kill leaderboard, I will laugh in their face, because Zeraora is really freaking strong. There's only one time that I've seen a Zeraora not be on the kill leaderboard, and that was when it was banned. So, yeah. Yeah. Nonetheless, I think, yeah, they lost this game versus Water. I know Pokemon Trainer Orange, I know he's a very good player, so it is really hard to play around him. I think they did get unlucky, though, the electric team, if I remember correctly.
There was some unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah. Why is...
I noticed it too. I'm not sure.
Okay. Hold on. Let me no, I'm not gonna fix that right now. But, yeah. The tier 5 is Stunfisk. I didn't change the picture, but everything else is fine. Don't highlight that.
Okay.
Get that out of here. Okay. Anyways, second slot. Yeah, we'll fix it later. Yeah. Second slot is going to be for the Fairy team. They finally fell from first. They technically are tied for first, but they did lose this time, so we did think it was fair for them to be second.
I would dethrone them at some point, you know.
Yeah. So yeah, they did lose 2 steel. Of course, that Metagross Choice Band sort of rocked them. What else could they have done? I think Burger sort of memed on them a few.
Yeah, maybe, but it's really hard to answer just a very strong Steelmon with their team. Like, unfortunately, Fairy is, of course, relatively new, and there's not that many Fairy options that can fully answer when you're a full monotype like that, you know?
Yeah. Gardevoir did have Mystical Fire, which makes sense. But other than that, I guess Gramble, Earthquake, Clefable, maybe Fire move.
Yeah, it's possible if Clefable lived a little longer, didn't get the miss off earlier on, maybe it could have helped a bit, but yeah, just a little unfortunate with the miss in the first turn, but Steel versus Fairy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we really expected Fairy to win, but if they did, they would have had a perfect record. Nonetheless, they got 2 kills off, which is fine. But yeah.
Still have a great differential for what's worth.
Oh yeah, 100%. But for the first place spot, it's actually going to be the normal team. So, yeah, Rabombi, Teacher, and Cambat X. aka Rabombi and Cambat. Basically, they're... Sorry, I just know. Okay. Their team swept with Ndidi this week, which was great to see. I know I'm going to mention it because you told me that you were memeing on me, saying that I was going to mention it, so I'm going to mention it. Thank you for bringing in Ndidi. See, I told you Ndidi was going to sweep this week. Anyways, yeah. Ndidi was a really good bring with Scarf, and the fact that Fighting did not bring an answer to it was incredible for you guys. Yeah. That's really...
I won't be honest. I thought that Fighting had it in the bag, because I didn't realize that Ndidi had a choice scarf until the very end, which I think Fighting team also didn't think that Ndidi had a choice scarf until the very end, and then they died, and I got a little sad.
Yeah, and the fact that Psychic Terrain makes it so that priority moves don't work, incredible versus the Fighting team with stuff like Bullet Punch and Mach Punch. So, yeah, Ndidi rocked that game, as sort of expected, for me at least, I thought. But yeah, that was a great match. For Kill Leaderboard, let's see if we can get Kill Leaderboard up. I don't think I labeled these correctly. Let's try. Okay, yeah, this should be Kill Leaderboard if I switch over. More or less. Hold on, let me move this. Nope, that's the wrong... Hold on.
Good.
I'll get it. Don't worry, boys. Alright, well, you know what? It's... Oh, wait. I got it. There we go.
Hey.
Okay, so... of course, leading it off is gonna be Zera Aura. Getting even more kills this week, and differential of 12 is incredible. Us, we are with Dragonite, got 4 more kills, which means we are now in second, which is incredible. We're only in second because of the differential. Bear in mind, differential.
Yeah,
I think
have not died.
Yeah. Mega Metacham with 10 kills and 6 differential. I think, yeah, I got a few more kills this week, so that's why.
Yep.
Lele with that 5 kills this week, shooting all the way up to 4th, which is awesome.
That was crazy boost.
Yep. Cloister and Snorlax still sitting in the middle with a decent differential.
They're rocking off of their previous games, absolutely, because they did do some damage in those last couple games.
Yep. We also have the Metagross, which, of course, as we know, as we talked about, destroyed in the Fairy game, which is great. It got, I think, 3 kills, which is good. Ninetales, I believe... Did it get... No, it didn't get any kills this week, but it still is pretty good with differential. I think not dying, which is good. And then we also have Slurpuff and Ndidi. We put Ndidi on here mainly because it was incredible versus the Fighting team, and it did get 4 kills and 0 deaths, so of course it had to be on the kill leaderboard here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that is it for this week's power rankings. And yeah, good luck in your last week before playoffs, guys. Have fun with it. And if you are close to making it, or if you're close to not making it, make sure you try extra hard, of course, because playoffs are gonna be here next week. So yeah.
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck, all, and yeah, have a good day. Peace.